What I learned there was that engineering is also about managing risks. It's not always about going for something fancy or shiny, LinkedIn decided we needed this graph, we needed all these connections, and that's what we needed to do. And that wasn't easy. Even at a few million users, that was a lot of load on the database. So they decided they had to build something else for it. And that's the first time LinkedIn decided to adopt what now is called microservices. We would do all these computation on Hadoop, which was our distributed cluster, and we needed the result of that computation available to the website, quickly. And we decided that we needed a key value store for that. So Voldemort was LinkedIn's key value store. It's now open source. I think everyone can use it. So that was built around the same time that the microservice architecture started building. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Kafka, but Kafka is a real innovation that came out of LinkedIn. It was a giant data bus. So everything at LinkedIn, every event, every time you open a site, you open the app, you click on something, you change something, it generates an event. That event is cataloged and it's defined, and that event it flows into what we call the nervous system of LinkedIn. It's called Kafka. If you needed to do something every time a user changes his password, you could just do it. You could go build a specific listener that listened to the password change event and go and send an email saying, hey, I noticed you changed your password. Why do you do that, or whatever. Kafka required a lot of work. It was one of those things where LinkedIn had to invest in its infrastructure. It's sometimes not sensible to put a lot of money into technology that you could pick up off the shelf. But engineering at LinkedIn spent a lot of time evaluating things that were out there, and none of them quite did what Kafka did at its scale. If I remember clearly, probably there was a trillion events flowing through it every day or something. And that events were kind of stored in Kafka too, so if you did not get it, you could always go back 7 days and get it. So it was a lot of data to manage. Today, there's a lot more options, but back then, it was important that LinkedIn had to build some of these things themselves.